Okay, so we're on game 2 and 4, which is November, December 75. Okay, this is going to be an interesting turn for the Continentals because at the end of the turn we have to check for reenlistments. So it'll be interesting to see what we lose and things like that. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how things go with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's pull our first chit in operations phase. Oh, gotta pull a. Um, uh, okay, so we have Mad Dash for the British, and then we have Inspired. What is it? It's Inspired something or another. Inspired Subordinates. Okay, so also with this turn at the end of the turn, um, one is I can't use Batu movement anymore because it's winter time. Secondly, I cannot be more than one hex away from a supply. I've got a couple supplies really close, so I'm not too worried about it. But I do have to watch and make sure that I have, because if not, I have to roll for attrition because they're not in supply. So that's the first one. Uh, so, yeah. So I've got that. So, okay, let's go ahead and roll for the first one. Oh yeah, I was gonna take a look here. The inspired subordinates. What does that help with? Okay, inspired subordinates. You may choose one of the following: a left shift. One of the family forces engaged in combat by one to the right or left. Increase the movement of every one unit or stacks of units by an additional hex. For stacks. See, that's okay. Okay. And then what was the other one? Mad Dash. Mad Dash. You may play this instead of picking a marker from the sub-command pool during the start of the operations phase. It plays allows you to activate one friendly sub-command of your choice and execute a normal operations phase. This may include a sub-command that's already been activated in the turn. It also doesn't affect later potential activators. Oh, so it gives you two. Well, that's kind of nice. Parlay. You may play stack one. Okay, and morale. Okay. So we've got that. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull the first chit, because just to make sure, reinforcements. Okay. So I don't have any. I don't have any reinforcements at all. But like I said, I will have to check for. Okay. First one is the separate. Okay. So let's take a look here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is get him right here. So he's on a trail, so trails are half movement, so it's 1, 2, half, 3, half. I think that'll be good. So we'll move him right there. What's nice about that one is that now he has these guys in supply. Twal River, you're going to stay there. You're in supply already. So you don't have to worry about that one. Let's see here. Let's see. Montreal and Fort St. John's. You're going to stay there as well. Montreal works really good. That. So, 2, 3. Okay, so right now we will take this guy here and go. So this I'm assuming goes along here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Fudge. Never mind. I'll just leave them there. Entrenchments are a little bit different during the wintertime. They're a little bit more easier during the wintertime. Yeah, you add 1 for every entrenchment roll. Oh, that makes it harder. Result 1, 2, 3. So, okay. Movement wise, I think we're good here. What I could do is. Oh, that was. Okay. I did have 1 unit to. This was it right here. This was the first province, which is November, December 75. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him. He's got 7 movement allowance. I'm going to go here. And go. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we're going to add you here because I don't want. And then we can move. We can move this guy up to 12. He'll have to wait till the next turn to build some entrenchments. My goal for the Continentals during this time is to actually build some entrenchments. So we put this guy here. Again, these are all in. These guys now are here. I'm going to try to entrench here. No, I can't because I just moved him. So I'm going to try to entrench here. Yeah, so I'm going to try to entrench here. So I'm going to winter turn. So on a 1, 2, or 3, basically 1 or 2 entrenchment is built. Hey, it's a 1. So let's go ahead and grab an entrenchment. Okay, so I got the entrenchment here. So those guys are now entrenched. Okay. These guys being here are not going to be good because now they are, unless I move them back. So let's take this entrenchment away for right now because it's not going to work right now. It is not going to do what needs to be done because at the start of the combat, if I'm here, these guys have to attack. And we're looking at so that's 12. 15, 16, 15, yeah, 16, and you're looking at least, I know there was so that's 1, 2, 3, then 3 for the fort. So you're looking at 6, and that one's at 5. So with that, I think the best. They're in supply, but still, I see that as there's no way I can do that. There's no way I can do this. So we are going to pull back here as well as we'll put 2 here. We'll put 2 here. Can only have 2 on the forest. 2 on the forest, right? Forest 2, yep. It's either 4 or 2, basically. Except for the fortress, that can be 8. Right now, they've got 4 in there. Okay, so we're going to back up to that. Okay. So nice line surrounding Quebec. Okay, so that's these guys. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm declaring my movement phase over with. And then, so now it'd be combat phase. Well, there is no combat phase because of that. Okay. So combat phase is over with. We did reinforcement movement, combat phase, and now we pull another chit. Oh, we're pulling Carlton out. Okay. There are. Let's go ahead and mix these militia up. If I pull a Q, we're good. If I pull anything else, nope. Oh, Toy River. Let's see. Carlton. Pull the TR is the Trois River. So, no go there. Okay, he's entrenched. So, there's not much for him to do right now. This first half is very, very short on stuff for the British to do. The first couple turns, basically until March, and not really even March. We're talking May is a big one, but June of '76 is the time. June of '76 is the time. So then June of '76 is turn 9. So it really doesn't, go there. So okay. Next one is the Arnold command, which are the gray chits. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna move you there. So that's only one. And then we're gonna move 1, 2. Right there. So that way we got supply there. This guy, this Morgan guy, is gonna see if he can build an entrenchment. He's scored a 1. So he will have the entrenchment on him. He moved, so we're good to go there. They're in supply. No. Okay. And the final chit is the northern, which I do not have anybody in there yet. I will here soon. I'll have that second New Jersey in January, February. But I'll go for Ticonderoga. Okay. So now with the winter turn, this is where things are going to get interesting. Find my winter steps. I've read them several times, but of course. Hold up while I get this. Okay, so I got it here. So what it is, at the end of November, December 75, which is where we're at, just before the game turn advances, the American player must check his units for enlistments. Roll a die for each American infantry, light infantry, and artillery unit on the map other than militia. Roll a 1 through 4. The unit goes home. Withdraw it from the map. Does not count towards victory points. On a roll of 5 or 6, the unit remains in play. Immediately after the check, the American player must check further for each unit that he withdrew. Roll a die for each unit. On a 1 through 4, the unit is re-enlisted. It is received as reinforcements, normally starting on the January-February 16th, and is placed as a normal reinforcement of that command at normal times. On a 5 or 6, withdrawn unit remains eliminated. Again, though, no British scored. Okay, so looks like we got to start doing some. So the supply units are okay. So we'll start with this one. We'll go with the 1st New England is a 1. So on a 1 through 4, they're withdrawn. So I'll just make a little pile right here. And 2nd, 1 through 4, withdrawn. Okay. Supply the Morgan. 3. And because he's gone, so is the bateau, or the entrenchment. Okay, so Macomb, this is not looking good. Macomb got a 3. So let's put it right here. So I should probably put, okay, so 2nd is that first Connecticut over here. That's a 4. I have a feeling that a lot of these will be returning. Okay. Okay, 5th Connecticut. Oh, he stays. All right. Good job, 5th. Okay. 4th Connecticut. 3. He's gone. Well, in this case, it's like, why even bother with that? Okay. That would be militia. Provincial. Let me take a look here. Oh no, because militia looks different. Let me just double check. Oh, yeah, militia looks different. Oh, he gets to stay. And this 1st New York, he gets to, yay, go home. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, engineers stay. That's cool. So 4th New York is decided to go home. Oh, but the 5th New York stays. And what about the 2nd New York? We'll go. Boy, this really cleaned up this field. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so so we've got the 1st Connecticut here, our 1st Continental. That's a 4, so they go to the New Hampshire Rangers. He stays. Connecticut, the 2nd Connecticut goes, stays. Well, that kind of makes sense because that's the yeah, that makes sense. Maybe not. I thought it was one of these provincials, but they're not Canadian. It's supposed to be Canadian. There was some errata about that. Okay. So let's go down here. I just have more here. Let's see. So we have 2 units here. So the GMB stays, and what about the artillery? Ticonderoga here. Okay, and I got Fort Weston. He stays. Okay, so now let's see. So here's the board. I have 1 in Fort St. John's. As of right now, I have 1 in Montreal. I have 1 in the 12 Rivers. I have 1 unit there, 1 unit there, and all of Arnold's units are gone. So, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to see if these units here will re-enlist, basically. So okay, so we'll start with Morgan. Okay, so he's good. Oh, he's not. The second New England is gone. Let's put it over there. But he stays. So I'm just going to put them over to the side here because they'll be reenlistments for next turn. Or actually, where's my reenlistments? Okay. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, I've been having some issues with my phone here, and as I was saying, we're going to start from here and go that way. So he stays. First New York Artillery does not. That pissed me off. Fourth Connecticut stays, and you do not. Okay. Let's pull this Ticonderoga Artillery out. Oh, he stays. Okay. So he'll go back. Okay, my last stack here. Let's see here. And we'll just start with my Montreal unit right there. Nope. Yep. Second New York is gone. And what about my family attachment? Stays. All right. I knew they would. I knew they would. I had no idea. Okay. So, out of the enlistments, I lost one artillery, three strength units, and one fourth strength unit, which really, that fourth strength hurt. So next turn, I've got my enrollments or enlistments, reenlistments set back up. So the only issue is all of these units here. So all of these units here will start. Arnold will start at Fort Western. These three units will start in and around Fort Ticonderoga. So it's like basically starting over again. Now, as sucks as much as it sucks, this was actually historically accurate because they had a huge trouble with keeping enlistments. So it doesn't surprise me, that this worked out this way. So we'll just have to keep an eye on, see how things go on turn 5, which is February of 76. So big year for the Continentals. But now we're going to start getting into, not quite yet, but we will start heading into the issues with the British finally getting resupplied here in a couple of months. So, but that really took a big hit. Oh, that took a huge hit. That took an absolutely massive hit. Now look, and we ended up only keeping like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, 7 battle units. So, okay. Points. I'll get back to the victory points. Yeah, so the victory points I'll make sure I update before the beginning of the first turn, at the beginning of the next turn. Okay, thanks a lot guys for watching, and I'll see you later.